Your Indian Thunderstroke 111 engine may not need a big bore kit in it, but if you have to rebuild said engine, you might as well put a 116 big bore kit in it. Hey folks, I'm David York. This is the York Way, and this week we're going to finish installing all these 116 big bore kit parts into this 2019 Indian Chieftain. Now the backstory for this is that this bike didn't originally come in for a big bore kit. It originally came in for a thorough inspection, a thorough service. It had 4,200 miles on it, and so the customer wanted to go ahead and service it like it's the 5K service. So when he leaves here, he's good to go for another 5K. That's great. We love that. He also wanted to do stage 2 cams, performance tune, and a quick shifter, all of which we were ready to do. And as with all bikes, when the bikes show up here at the shop, the inspection starts as soon as we see it, hear it, touch it, before it ever gets on the lift. There's a lot of things we're watching for, listening for, getting a feel for. And the bike had a couple of flags before it ever got on the lift that something might be off with this bike. And then when we got it on the lift and did our thorough inspection, we found the third flag that led us to the big bore kit. So with all that being said, I'm going to grab this camera. We're going to walk and talk around the bike. I'll tell you the rest of the story, show you the parts that are coming off, going back on, and the plans for this bike. 2019 Indian Chieftain Dark Horse in matte white. It's kind of this, what people like to call the Stormtrooper look. It's a good look. You can see we've already got the engine down out of the frame, torn down. And the pistons that are in it are the new pistons out of the big bore kit. So we're already going back together. But yeah, this is a lot of work to get to this point, because you've got to take the frame apart around the engine, lower the engine down enough so you have room to take your valve covers, your head, your cylinders, all have to come off the bike, but they have to come up and have a clearance to come out between your studs and your backbone. So there's that with the pistons going back in. Right here we've got the customer's exhaust. He's putting this, now he already had this on the bike when he brought it in, but of course we have to take it off to do all the work we're doing. But this is a Reinhardt Slimline header, and this is a duals header. And then here he got his hands on some Indian Aero mufflers. And all of this looked great on the bike, to be honest with you. It is loud. The whole exhaust system with these mufflers is loud. I'll reserve judgment on how it sounds till the end, because the bike really wasn't running right and it didn't have a tune in it. So all I can tell you right now is it's loud. But we'll see how it runs and how it sounds when we get done putting the big bore kit and the tune and everything in it. Over here we've got another shelf full of parts came off of this bike. And that's the thing about these projects. You've got to have space to get all these parts off the bike, store them properly until the bike is ready to be put back together. Coming over here to our show and tell table of all the parts we took off the 111. I'll show and tell what we found during our inspection that led us to install a big bore kit in this bike. So the first thing we noticed when the bike was running, a little bit of smoke coming out the left tailpipe. And now that you've seen the exhaust, you know it's duals, and so the left tailpipe is connected to the front cylinder. That was the first thing. Then we noticed whenever you'd start the bike, move it around the shop, pull it up on the lift, it had an uneven idle. So that was the second thing, and that was consistent every time, had an uneven idle. And then when we got it on the lift and started going through our inspection and pulled the spark plugs, and we noticed that front spark plug, when you pulled it out, it was completely oiled down all the way up the spark plug threads, and it was just black as can be. And I'll push in on it here so you can see. We put the spark plug back in just to keep everything closed up while we talked to the owner about how he wanted to proceed. So when we had that spark plug out, we went ahead and ran the bore scope down that spark plug hole so we could look in the cylinder, and found that everything was oiled down. There was oil all over everything. Top of the piston, combustion chamber was completely oiled down. And as I push down through the cylinder here, you're going to see a bunch of debris, probably carbon from that fell down in from combustion chamber. There's your piston and rings. The other thing you'll notice is the exhaust valve is black as can be, and it shouldn't be. It should be kind of an ivory color, something similar to a toasted marshmallow, kind of a silvery ivory color. This is the rear one. It's a little closer to the color it should be, but it's still not right. So neither cylinder was running correctly, and this front one was in bad shape, and it was never going to be right. It was never going to fix itself, because the only way you get that much oil in your combustion chamber and on your cylinder walls like that is if those piston rings do not seal against those cylinder walls. So we can't say for 100% certain, because we don't know who owned the bike and how it was broken in, but we can tell you those piston rings did not seat against that cylinder wall. And so we had oil would push up past that piston rings into the combustion chamber. And of course, oil doesn't burn like gas. It leaves all this soot and carbon behind, and just doesn't run right, just doesn't run well. And that's why we had the uneven idle. That's why we had the smoke coming out the tailpipe. And then when we run the bore scope down in there, we simply confirm that there was a ton of oil in there where it shouldn't be. So we knew we had a problem, and the only solution to that problem is to tear this down and rebuild this cylinder. At the very least, rebuild this cylinder, replace rings, and hone or replace that cylinder, probably the piston as well. And so that's when the customer decided, we're not doing that. If we're going to do that, we're going to put a 1/16 big bore kit in it. And frankly, that's what I would have done too. So there you go. That's why we did it. And that work needed to be done. It's unfortunate that at 4,200 miles you have to do this. But like I said, this problem was never going to fix itself. And this is a really good reason why you should follow those 500-mile break-in procedures. Because if you want your engine to last and run well for the duration of the time you own it, follow that procedure. Over here on our table of all of our big bore kit parts, pistons are already in the bike, as well as the new rods. The new rods are nice. They're beefy rods. They're half again the size of the stock rods. You get new cylinders, stage 3 cams, bigger throttle body, all new gaskets. We're going to put Quickshifter on this bike, and tune from RVS. This customer brought us the heated grips, so we're going to install all that for him. And yeah, this bike is going to haul the mail when we're done with it. And it's going to be loud doing it. But it's going to look good too, because we're also going to detail and ceramic coat this bike. So there you go. 2019 Indian Chieftain, getting some go fast goodies in it. It's going to look good. And remember, you've got to bring your Indian motorcycle to the York way to have it serviced the way it was meant to be.